Hello everybody and welcome to the First Aid on a Danger YouTube channel. My name is Niek and today we are gonna take a closer look at one of my favorite bandages that I nicknamed the MOAab. So without further ado, let's take a look at the CVN Abdominal Bandage. One of my biggest irritations during my 10-year period time in the Dutch Army was the blast bandage that we are using. It's just too freaking small to be a proper abdominal or blast bandage. Just by picking up the two, so the CVN abdominal bandage and the emergency multi-bandage, you can see the difference in size. This is much more of a proper bandage in size than this version of the multi-bandage will ever be, but this is what we had to use in my time at the Dutch Army. I think that the sheer size of the CVN abdominal bandage really makes it the MOAab, the mother of all abdominal bandages. And even though its size, it will still fit in the side pocket of your tactical pants, so you can still take it with you quite easily. The CVN abdominal bandage has a Woundpad size of 50 by 50 centimeters and the Persys medical multibandage has a 30 by 30 centimeters. So that's a 20 centimeter extra Woundpad size that you will get from your CVN abdominal bandage, which especially for abdominal injuries will make a huge difference. Thereby, when I opened up the packages and I cut them out, it seems that, and I'll come in for a little bit of a closer view for you. This is the padding, the wound pad from the CVN abdominal bandage. You see the layers. And for comparisons, this is the multi-bandage version. So it seems that the version of CVN is a little bit thicker, thus making it more absorbent for blood and other fluids than the Persys medical, but I'm not 100% sure at that point, and I could not find any reference or tactical details about the thickness or materials that have been used for the wound pad, but it is something that you could take into consideration. A second thing that makes a huge difference is the difference in wrapping. So by this I mean the wrapping. I'm not 100% sure if that's the right translation, but so that all of you know what I'm talking about, this is what I mean with the wrapping. Taking a look at the wrapping of the Persys medical multi-bandage, a problem that came frequently with those bandages in the Dutch Army was that the wrapping just wasn't long enough, which means that it would result in an unfitted, improper abdominal bandage. Looking at the unstretched size of the Persys medical multi-bandage, you would get about 190 centimeters if I have to believe the statistics that were on the Persys medical website. So taking the same look at the CVN abdominal bandage, you will get 270 centimeters, so that would be about 80 centimeters more. That might not look as a huge difference, but we are talking about the unstretched size, so that means as soon as you put the stretch on it, you will get loads and loads of more bandage to make a proper fitted abdominal bandage. So for me, that settles it once and for all, that size really does matter, at least with bandages. What I do personally love is the red tear indicators, and I'll come a little bit closer to show them to you. Here's the camera. They are marked in red. Looking at the multi-bandage, in this version, you see that the tear strips, it didn't, this is just a sticker that they put on, so it's not, the tear strip actually here and not here. But if we take a look at that, you see that it's not in red, but it is in a grayish color. So on their tactical bandages, it's in gray. This is the emergency bandage 6-inch. And then you will see that they are in red. But especially in low light conditions, I personally prefer it to be a tiny bit more of a color that is in contrast with the packaging. So that will make it much easier for me to find the opening, especially in low light conditions or in stressful situations. So I do like the tear indicator that's in red. The stitching is about the same on both bandages. So that makes quality of the stitching the same for the CVN abdominal bandage and the Multibandage from Persys Medical. I took a real close look at all the stitching and there's hardly any difference in any of the bandages. So if you're looking for difference there, I couldn't find any difference there. So that means quality wise for the stitching or the way that the bandage function based on the stitching, I would say they're just the same. The plastic layer of the Persys Medical bandage feels, and it feels a little bit thicker, where the CVN abdominal bandage feels more like trash can plastic. So if you look at where should the CVN product improve, it should really be in the plastic that they use. It will do its function because it would just lay on the belly of the victim or on a burn, so it will definitely do its job. Comparing the size of the two, by the way, see the size difference once again. So what bandage would I personally prefer? I always used to be a big fan of the Persys Medical products, but I must say that for me, looking at the abdominal bandages, I would definitely go for the abdominal bandage from CVN, or as I like to call it, the MOAab, the mother of all abdominal bandages. It's just so fucking big, and even when it's so fucking big, when you have a real big abdominal injury, you might still need to use 2 of these, but it's always better than using 4 or 5 from a different manufacturer. I like the quality of the product. I like the company itself. I like the way that they are trying to make products better that might already be in the market but just can become better, where other companies you can just keep on shouting to them, please make the product longer, please make the strapping longer, please make the wrapping longer, and they're just not doing it. Where CVN Medical, if you ask them something, they are still tending to make their products better. So for me as a medical professional, as a T3C instructor, I personally would prefer the abdominal bandage from CVN, and please just use the nickname MOAab because it definitely is the mother of all abdominal bandages. For now, I would definitely want to thank you for watching this YouTube episode. Don't forget to subscribe. Don't forget to go to our Instagram channel. For now, I want to thank you all for watching. Stay safe and bye bye.